Hi there, this is Java Jim with First Line Equipment, and this is part of our ultimate guide to espresso machines and understanding the electrical portion of it, because we're going over a lot of stuff for hopefully making a good decision or even figuring things out when it comes to espresso machines, because it can become very complicated. In this portion, we're going to go over surges. Now, over 30-something years in this industry, even prior to First Line, the more I go into this, the more I see issues with surges. Surges coming from the power company switching power plants, surges coming from lightning strikes nearby, and sometimes surges within a home, office, or commercial environment created by other appliances. Okay, so don't just think that a lightning arrestor or a whole house surge suppressor is going to protect your espresso machine. We typically advise that the espresso machine have its own surge suppression, because there are parts that can get damaged, either the brain unit, the heating element, solenoid valves, power switches, thermostats, anything electrical, and even wiring burning up. And it's really important to protect the machine. There are different types of surge suppressors, and we advise customers, and there's a link down below that you can read about surge suppressors. And I've had customers who've bought very cheap ones, and at the time of this video, we recommend something 1080 joules or higher, but not so high as far as like 1800 joules. And we had a customer who bought a $10 surge suppressor, and it said 1800 joules, and the machine was damaged by the surge suppressor. And how do we know this? Because we asked the customer to bring in their machine for repair. It had a burnt out motherboard, which is not cheap. And we said, bring in a surge suppressor. So the machine was repaired here at First Line using just our GFI C outlets. And when the customer came to pick it up, I put in the surge suppressor first and plugged their machine in, which we didn't do this during testing. And within 10 seconds, that surge suppressor damaged the motherboard again. Oh, how stressful. So please don't buy a surge suppressor that's cheap. Please don't buy a strip surge suppressor, even though they're a little more expensive, because these typically don't work correctly. We have one in our showroom that we test. It doesn't really work. The one I liked over the years was made by a company called Panamax. Unfortunately, they don't make this model anymore. If you watch a previous video, we talk about 15 amp and 20 amp. This is a 20 amp surge suppressor. If you do find these on the web, please call them to make sure they physically have it in stock, because a lot of these companies on the internet, unlike First Line, drop ships everything and they don't realize they have it on a website, or it's a fraudulent website. So it's always best to call. But here we have a 20 amp, as you can see, ground on the bottom. We have our T here, horizontal terminal, and a vertical here. The 15 amp version has 2 straights. Okay, but visit the link because there are things right now that actually not just help with surges, but power line conditioners. So if the voltage goes down, it kind of keeps the power steady. And as I said, with the power companies, sometimes you will have brownouts, even blackouts, and where the brownout, the voltage is going from, say, 115, it goes down to 68, and then shoots right back up within 10, 20, 30 seconds, back up to 115. That drop and up, the upward bound can damage your machine. So power line conditioners are good as well. I mostly see surges happening at 110 to 125 volt outlets. I don't really see them on the 208 to 230, 240 volt outlets. Okay, I don't see it. You'll see a drop when a drop happens. In the previous video, I showed you that we had 208 volts at 220. on a 220 volt outlet, and then in the winter time when there's less voltage usage, you don't see it spike right back up. So I don't really see it. It's happened a few times over the last, say, 30 years, but I don't see it as often, except with generators, okay? And when you're using a gas-operated or solar-powered generator or some other type of fuel or power source, we actually have a gas-operated generator when power goes down here at first line just to run minimal operations to get orders out. And you can hear the generator going, and that's the power of the printer, power requirement of the printer taking a lot of energy. And that creates a lot of swing. And generators can affect your 110 volt espresso machines, 115, 120, 25 volt espresso machines, and your 208 to 240 volt espresso machine. So in the case of a generator, you probably want to get a power line conditioner, but it might be very expensive. Most people who start, say, a coffee truck or a catering type of espresso events or espresso catering, we will see more damage to espresso machines because of the generators. We normally don't sell these anymore because competition like the Big A store just can sell them below our cost. So we advise going there, or even better, give the business to your local store to keep them in business, you know. So that's what I recommend. And now, last but not least, there is a new tool that I have in my home to monitor spikes. And you can use this in a commercial environment and a home environment. It's a 110 volt. I don't have it here because it has to kind of stay plugged in. But if you research, it's called Ting, T-I-N-G, by Whisker Labs. In some cases you could buy it outright, but mostly there is a monthly fee. There is a phone app, and basically once a week you can look on the phone app what happened for the day, the week, but it can email you a weekly report. And in my home, about once a month, I get a brownout. I go from 124 volts, which I typically have in my home, and I'll go down to 68 and come back up. Good thing my espresso machine is not on, and when that happens is typically around noontime once a month. Every night at around 9 p.m., I see a spike that goes from 124 volts, okay, on a 20 amp outlet, even a 15 amp outlet, it goes to 124 volts to 132. And this typically happens around 9 p.m. every night. So far, my appliances have been pretty good. However, one time my GFI outlet didn't work. And that's what caused me to get the Ting. Because when I pulled out the outlet, the wire behind it was burnt. And that's typically because of a surge or a spike. Luckily, it was just one outlet. And I have other stories where half my house, the outlets went bad. But that's a whole nother story. But for your espresso machine, please find a good protector. Visit the link down below to read more about it. The power line conditions are much more expensive. But if you're buying an expensive machine, 110 volt, 125 volt, it's really important to make that investment because it is a hassle, especially if a motherboard went bad or a switch or pump motor went bad, especially the motherboard. The manufacturers will not cover that under warranty because the power surge hit it. So it's really, really important to protect your equipment. It's almost like an insurance policy. Let's move on to the next segment.